Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're throwing on our metaphorical trench coats, grabbing our magnifying glasses, and stepping into a pretty high-stakes role. You and I, we're becoming home detectives. The case we are cracking is uncovering hidden, potentially catastrophic plumbing threats before they strike. Now I know, tracking down raw sewage isn't exactly the most glamorous detective gig out there, but trust me, catching these hidden culprits early is literally going to save you thousands of dollars, not to mention a genuinely gross cleanup. Let's dive in.
What is happening right now, just inches beneath your lawn? Think about it. We stroll over our grass, we park on our driveways, we hang out on the patio, completely unaware that a hidden plumbing monster might be slowly waking up right out of sight. It's kind of unsettling when you really pause to think about it. Everything looks totally normal on the surface, but underneath, serious trouble could be brewing.
But here's the good news. And in fact, it's the whole premise of our investigation today. A damaged sewer line rarely fails all at once. I absolutely love this fact because it means these disasters are completely preventable. The clues are almost always there, just waiting to be found. We just have to learn how to read those early, subtle signs before the pipe totally gives out and, well, turns your basement into a swamp.
Section 1. The hidden underground threat.
We need to establish the massive difference between a minor annoyance and a major threat. A minor annoyance, that's your one slowly draining bathroom sink. Usually it's just an isolated, everyday clog, maybe a bit of hair or soap buildup right in that one pipe onto the vanity. No big deal. A major threat, on the other hand, is when multiple fixtures are draining slowly at the exact same time. If your shower, your bathroom sink, and your toilet are all struggling simultaneously, you don't have a local clog. You have a terrifying restriction deep downstream in your main sewer line. All the wastewater in your house is racing toward the exact same roadblock.
Section 2. Early warning signs.
Let's start our sensory investigation with sight. You want to look for soggy depressions, sinkholes, or unusually lush grass that doesn't match your weather or sprinkling patterns. Basically, if you have a patch of grass out there that's suddenly looking like a pristine, deep green golf course, but you haven't been watering it and the rest of the lawn is dry, you need to be highly suspicious. That unnatural plant overgrowth or mysterious wet spot, it's likely because the root systems are feeding on a localized wastewater leak from a broken pipe. Your yard is literally pointing right at the breach like a giant green flashing arrow.
Next up on the list, smell. Be on the lookout for a persistent sewer odor hovering near a cleanout pipe, a basement floor drain, or right above the route your yard pipe takes. If you step outside or walk into the basement and catch a whiff of something awful, do not just ignore it or spray some air freshener. It's incredibly suspicious, especially if that smell gets noticeably worse during heavy rain or right after you use a bunch of water inside. That is the very distinct scent of sewer gases escaping through a break in the buried line.
And then we have sound. Toilets strangely gurgling at the exact same time your sinks or tubs begin backing up. I want you to really listen next time you're in the bathroom. Does it sound almost like your plumbing is breathing, bubbling, or choking? That telltale gurgle is restricted airflow within the plumbing system. The water's hitting a major roadblock down below, and the displaced air has absolutely nowhere to go but backward, so it forces its way up and out right through your toilet traps.
Section 3. Escalating clues of failure.
If you missed or ignored those early warnings, things are about to get a whole lot more aggressive. Progressive signs of a partial collapse include constant bubbling or air sounds from drains, trapped airflow within the pipes, and really erratic, unpredictable floor drain behavior. A partial pipe collapse isn't just a slow drain anymore. It physically manifests as alarming, recurring drain issues that you literally cannot ignore. The pipe is caving in on itself, and the system is effectively choking out. It is practically screaming for help.
Okay, let's bust a massive myth right now. Repeatedly flushing an erratic toilet to clear it is dangerous and can actually worsen the breach. I see people do this all the time. Your toilet is gurgling, it's draining slowly, so human nature kicks in, right? You flush it again, hoping the brute force of the water will push the clog through. Please do not do this. If the line is structurally compromised, forcing more water and pressure down that pipe is completely counterproductive. You can turn a small crack into a total catastrophic blowout. You are essentially adding fuel to the fire.
Let's quickly demystify some home tech that might be trying to warn you. A backwater valve is a mechanical device that prevents sewage from flowing backwards into the home. Triggers or alarms indicate sewer line pressure problems. If your house has one of these monitoring systems and that active alarm goes off, listen to me, it is not a drill. It means you have serious pressure trouble pushing against your home's defenses. The system is flat out telling you that a breach is imminent.
And this leads us to what we call the storm effect.
If odors, backups, or yard saturation appear after rain, groundwater is heavily pressurizing weak points. This explains exactly why rainfall makes hidden leaks suddenly visible. The ground gets saturated, the water table rises, and it exerts immense pressure on your buried pipes. I urge you, if stormwater suddenly exposes a breach, whether that's a backup or a really bad smell, you need a prompt inspection. The rain isn't causing the break, it's just shining a giant spotlight on a weakness that was already there.
Section 4. Your emergency action plan.
So let's say your detective work paid off and you actually found a symptom match. Don't panic. Here are your 3 essential immediate steps to stop the bleeding and prep for professional intervention. Step 1. Reduce water use immediately. Step 2. Document what you see and smell. And step 3. Call for professional diagnostics. Let's quickly break these down, because how you execute right in this moment is absolutely everything.
Step 1. Halt the flow. You need to immediately stop taking long showers, pause all laundry loads, delay your dishwasher cycles, and please, treat any standing inside water as completely contaminated. The sheer urgency of cutting off the water supply cannot be overstated here. By halting the flow, you are actively preventing a small crack from becoming a full-blown break under the heavy load of your own wastewater. Every single drop you send down the drain right now is just compounding the problem.
Step 2. Build your case file. Like a true detective, you need to note the exact timing of symptoms. Was it during nighttime use or right after a rainstorm? Track which specific fixtures trigger the issues. Take photos of wet yard spots and ground settlement. Documenting these clues with photos and timestamps gives the pros a massive head start when they arrive. You are handing them the exact evidence they need, perfectly laid out on a silver platter.
And finally, step 3 is all about bringing in the pros. It comes down to guesswork versus professional diagnostics. Hoping it goes away is guesswork, and it only leads to massive foundation spread, contamination, and a horrifying cleanup. Licensed plumbers don't guess. They use exact tools like camera inspections to actually look inside your pipe, they use pressure testing, and they offer trenchless repairs. Confirming the exact damage with these tools saves you money, saves on cleanup costs, and entirely eliminates those awful contamination risks.
We've covered a ton of ground in this explainer today, from spooky gurgles to unusually lush grass. So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. What is your yard trying to tell you right now? I challenge you to look out your window today, walk your property, and apply your new investigative skills. Are there clues hiding in plain sight? Thanks for hanging out and learning with me today, and hey, happy sleuthing!